nice swing trade, buying it yesterday and letting it go through earnings. But again, that's hindsight. So I talked about that one yesterday. It looks really good. Even just technical wise, I like the way that looked. And then earnings kind of blew this out of the water. So could it go higher 100%? Yeah, just a tip. Yeah, 235 for October 18. I think Netflix is Thursday, I believe. Let me look here. Yeah, it looks like I'm right. 10/17. Yes, a Thursday. Thursday after close is Netflix earnings. So that'll be interesting, especially with them losing millions of subscribers recently. Gold. I'm not a gold trader, guys. So I wish I could give you a little more insight on that. I think it hadn't gold sold off a little bit recently, though, from what I heard. I've never traded gold before, and I don't want to give you guys any sort of wrong trade idea on that. So, coin, let's check it out. I know Bitcoin's been doing really good, right at 200. I don't mind 200. Coin's not necessarily something that I get scared away from when it comes into like a little range like this. Simply because it's so crypto driven, that I'm okay with just looking for scalps, especially when you have a pretty nice level here at 200. I think that's actually kind of a decent watch there. I mean, I'm not going to be looking for a massive trade. It's not an A+ trade by any means, but I do think just looking for a kind of a scalp through, a scalp through 200 would be money. Yeah, that's pretty solid, Latvian, if you got in there. But I would have stop losses probably under 190 and then looking for 200 plus for sure. So I like that. NVDA, yeah. So NVDA, I mean, I was hoping NVIDIA wouldn't open low like it is right now. I don't want to say it's too low, and maybe this is kind of like that 135 test that it needed to do. But I want to see it get back above 138, and then I'm going to be interested up here around yesterday's high in 140 for a day trade. I mean, you could argue, why wouldn't you just buy it down here if you're just going to wait for it to get up here? Well, I don't know if it's going to get up there today. I don't know what's going to happen. So I rather wait for it to get to the price levels that I'm interested in, and I can trade it there rather than trying to jump the gun a little too early here. But I do love NVIDIA. I do want to trade this all-time high, but Apple is the closest right now. Apple's the strongest this morning, but NVIDIA could easily get up there in a few minutes, okay? Because, I mean, yesterday we opened up at 136.50 and we went $3 up to 139 in, 10, 15 minutes. So SMCI, that kind of had a wild day yesterday. I kind of want to stay away from it, honestly, just because it's just like the whiplash is crazy. You can get caught. I don't, right now, since the stock is now split and it's really cheap, I don't really love it. But I do think that I would want to be a guy buying dips and selling rips. I don't want to be trying to buy into breakouts right now on this one, just because to me it's very choppy. There's a lot of whiplash moves, rejections, reversals, stuff like that. So I think it's pretty easy to lose money on that. DJT, yeah. So that's up again. To me, this is a hard one to predict. I think this is up because maybe he got he was gonna maybe get assassinated, and then another attempt happened. They arrested a guy with fake staff gear and guns and stuff. So I don't know if this is moving because of that. I don't know if this is just short squeezing. I really don't know what's going on. And to me, when I don't know what's going on and it's not clear, I try to stay away from it. But I'm willing to watch it, Remy. It's something I would want to be buying on a pullback, not necessarily buying through new highs, just to keep myself safe. So my advice is to just be safe and careful with this one, because I don't know. I don't know why this is moving and how it moves. It seems like it's very algorithm driven, and it's just kind of squeezing. It's very volatile. So I don't want anyone to get hurt by it. Do you trade Troy? No, I don't know what Troy is. So yeah, I mean, I'd rather you guys be safe and not try to get involved in these crazy volatile names, just because it's so much easier to lose money on them. I would rather you trade Apple over DJT today. But again, DJT has been running. Maybe that's going to be where a good trade is here. NVIDIA really moving strong here into the open. We got about 1 minute, so I'm going to go ahead and get focused, guys. I may have to switch over to NVIDIA quickly if it does rip and Apple does nothing. So just keep that in mind. If I do trade NVIDIA, guys, it's going to be the 140 calls for this week. I'm going to be looking to get in around yesterday's high. And then look for this to get through 140. Then we have all-time highs at 140 and 76 cents. Okay. So keep that in mind here. We got about 40 seconds here until the open. So I'm going to be watching. Apple actually pulled back here. So we'll see what this does. If this just wants to fall under 233 and sit down here, then I'll just stay away from it. Pretty easy. Yeah, so they're not zero DTE apotheosis, but they're expiring this week. So you'll see October 18th. Zero DTE meaning it's like a Friday and it's expiring that day, but 0 weeks till expiration maybe. But yeah, so October 18th is the expiration on these 235 calls. What I have loaded up. Pretty much, guys. I'm not going to be looking to buy a dip here. I'm just going to try to get involved around this pre-market high, 234.50, and go from there. So let's just see what these do. Apple straight dropping here under 233. Let's see, where's NVIDIA? NVIDIA just under 138. I'm not really thrilled on this stuff just yet. Apple contracts pretty cheap. I mean, they're definitely going to be more when they get back up to 234. But right now, Apple may not even happen today. It's dropping off hard here. That's typically how this thing has been moving. So patience is key here. Tesla's moving pretty nicely, though, up above 220, starting to go through 221. NVIDIA's trying to hold 137.50. Apple's just selling off here pretty hard. So the longer that they hold it under 233, guys, the more I don't even want to trade it. So if this doesn't bounce aggressively soon, I'm probably going to switch over to NVIDIA here because NVIDIA looks like it's wanting to go for a run here. But I mean, overall, let's look at what the whole market did, right? Look at NQ. If it'll type in. NQ straight down off the open pretty aggressively too. So I'm not surprised that Apple did that, but Apple is already starting to bounce here, which I like. And NVIDIA is actually staying really strong. So that's really good. Tesla, really, really strong as well. So look at Apple. Apple's starting to stall again. Apple's actually in a red candle here as SPY and NQ are on green candles. So that's already not really what I want to see here. So ideally, this can break through its high a day right here, 233.70, and get moving. And then we can look to trade it up in here. Apple's, a stock that I want to be in fairly early in the day. I don't want to trade it, 30 minutes after the open when the volume's kind of died out. So wall at 140 on the video, I can look. It's definitely not going to be as big as it will be when you get closer. Once you get above 139, that's where they'll add it. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm seeing like 150,000 wall, which is obviously like 10% of what we saw yesterday. So Apple moving pretty nicely, though. I like to see that. Pre-market high coming in. Okay, get those 235 calls ready, guys. Let me see what the wall looks like at 235. Again, I'm going in super light on this. Apple, pretty nice wall there, about 250,000 on Apple at 235. So to me, that's good. Be smart here, though. Don't try to jump the gun on this one. Light size trade. And this is a slow mover. Remember that. Slow mover here. I'm going to take a little starter here just to be safe. I'm in super light size, guys, so just promise me you're going to do the same thing. Right here at 234 is where my entry is, 167. I want to see this really get through pre-market high and start moving. Volume picked up on that candle beautifully. Market starting to bounce. I want to see this start following through here. Good wall at 235 as well. Again, I'm in super, super small, okay? I'm going to probably add around 235, another, maybe 25% on my position. Other than that, I'm just going to let this just play around. I definitely don't really want to see it go under 233.50, but that's a pretty aggressive pullback there. But you got to be in small size so you can let this work. Apple's a slow one. Apple will have, a push and then a pullback, a push and then a pullback. I mean, look at that. Really good buy up there. I love that. New high coming in. Pre-market high just got taken out. I want to see volume really start kicking up. About 40 cents away from 235 here. If you want to take some profits, you can. We're already up over 10% on these contracts. Wow. Massive pullback there. I really don't like that at all. But again, Apple, sometimes you just got to let it work. Got to let it go. I may take a little off break even here just because 2 rejections like that, to me, is not what you want to see. You asking about me, Tip? I'm in 10 contracts. I'm going to sell a little bit, guys. 190 fill on those. Over a 10% gain on that little sell there, but I'm going to try to hold the rest here for 235. These pullbacks are just not great. So I want to try to just take a little profits into the pops and then try to hold the rest for 235. Just so we have a little bit of profit cushion here. So far, moving pretty good here. About 25 cents off. Yeah, I mean, hypothesis, crazy volatility for a stock like Apple for sure. Okay, I sold half my position, guys. I'm not really loving this price action here. So already got some green on the table to about 20 cents a contract. So a little over 10% gain. I'll take it. Still going to try to hold the rest of these for 235 break. And then remember, all-time high is up in here. So maybe there's another move. But right now, this is terrible price action to me. Got about a $250,000 wall, though, sitting at 235. So that could really help this shoot right through. I'm going to sell more on the break of 235 than maybe just hold my last few contracts as some runners. I'm not going to be surprised if they pull it back here, though. They got it up next to 235. They may have to pull it back quite a bit, actually, and then go through. But we'll see. Volume's not that crazy, which you want to see, especially when there's a big wall up there. So just keep that in mind. So far, good trade. I mean, you're at $2 a contract now. That's where I sold a little bit more. So about 170-ish on the buy to 2. It's a 20% gain roughly. Please take profits if you haven't yet. NQ is pulling back, actually, which I don't love. I'm going to sell a little more just in case this does just completely rip right back down. So I got a 203 sell on the rest of those. New high, about 9 cents off from 235. I just think it's starting to slow down here up near 235, so it may pull right back. But as long as you've taken most of your profits off, guys, you should be happy. Nice. I think you'll be happy with that regardless. I mean, this isn't trading well. I'm not thrilled with the way it's moving. So it is Apple, like I said before, in pre-market, it's just a slow mover. Sometimes it just Takes a little while. I don't like slow movers. I like the ones that are just really going to go for it. But regardless, 170 to to 200 bucks a contract is great. Nice, Chag. That's a great trade. It's 30%. Just kind of dancing here at 235. If this just goes flat here, guys, I think there's a very easy chance that this may just dip right back down. I typically don't like when something comes straight up to a big wall and then tries to go through it. So if I can see them break this wall, I'm going to sell everything, or at least everything except for one contract here, um, on the break. So we touched 235. The wall's still there. Volume's actually getting lower. To me, that's just red flag after red flag. I only have 3 contracts left here. 1 cent away. 2 cents, 1 cent. For y'all that haven't seen a wall break before, you new guys, watch what it does here. See that? Boom. That's why I was paying attention to 235. Beautiful. I'm selling. I have 1 contract left here. Gonna see if I can get like 235.40 out of it. Look at that volume spike. Beautiful, beautiful. 224 contract. Wish I held the whole position. Obviously, that would have been 10, 40, 600 bucks maybe. I don't know. All right, and I'm out. My last one. So pretty good, guys. I don't know. 4 or 5 minute trade there. That's probably about 30 to 40% on that final sell there. So, I mean, not a big trade by any means from me, but I'll send my tiny little profits in here for y'all so you can see it. So tiny trade. You can also see my fills. You can see how I buy in and scale out. I think you may like to see that. So you guys look at those fills, and you can just kind of see how I walk through that trade there. You can also see that when I say I'm selling, I actually am. NVDA coming back in for low a day here. I hate to see that. I wanted to see this guy get going. You got to think of the grand scheme of things, guys. NVIDIA is about $2 away from its all-time high, $2 to $2.50. That's not that much. I don't love um, how slow this is moving right here this morning. I think if it breaks low a day, then dies, it's probably. I mean, well, it's definitely gonna be done for the day. Um, I use limit buys, but again, I have that tool Maintenor. So you may have had to done market, but the spreads are always very tight on Apple. So I didn't think that you would have any problems there, but maybe so. What do you think? Is Apple? I took it off my screen because I didn't want to get mad at it. What are the contracts? 250. Oh no. There's the move right there. Oh my goodness. Wow. That hurts. Yeah. But look at the volume, guys. I was, this is the biggest volume candle of the day here, and this is half that, and it made a bigger move. Man, I hate to see that. Nvidia making lows on the day here. It looks like the market may roll over as well. Well, remember, keep in mind, guys, all-time high for Apple is well, actually, it's not that. Oh, maybe it is 237.23. So we're getting close, but Apple's already up 2% on the day. That's, typically this doesn't make these massive, massive moves. So NVIDIA threw low a day. That's very disappointing, but whatever. Yeah, that's pretty. That sucks. Let's see here. We got a tiny wall at 236. Probably could have held on to this. I mean, I told you guys I wanted to be slow with this, but I just didn't love the way it was trading, and I guess I just got a little scared. But how can I be mad at a 20 to 30% gain on a Tuesday? I want to try to be consistent here. It hasn't been an easy market to trade recently, so it is what it is. You just kind of have to let this one go. Maybe we could buy into a pullback on this. I'm definitely not going to be buying like a new high, like I did this morning on pre-market high. But maybe a pullback we can buy into. Man, 285 a contract, guys. It's over $100 contract gain if you were still in that. This thing is just not going to stop. RSI for Apple is above 80. Yeah, 100%. I mean, this could keep going. I don't ever use RSI, but I mean, that's just kind of why I'm not going to. I mean, this sucks, guys. Oh my God. Another $1.50. But yeah, so like RSI is just relative strength. So like to me, that's a big reason why I'm saying like don't try to buy in up here, right? Because to me, it's way, way, way up. The whole market's chopping around. Nothing's moving very strong. And you have Apple just going on a tear. So at any point, if this slows down and starts to kind of roll back over to the downside, it could quickly sell back off. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, just could you make more money? Sure. Does it suck to see this go higher? 100%. But you don't want to be that guy that gets emotionally attached to this, tries to buy in up here at the highs, and then loses money, and then you're mad at yourself all day. You know. No, sorry, I wasn't talking. I'm actually ordering my graduation ring at the moment. But yeah, so I mean, it sucks, guys. The Apple big freaking move. I mean, the idea was there. I didn't love the, if I saw the Nasdaq and SPY moving as well as Apple was, I'd still be in this. But just so for anyone that isn't looking at it, um, look at what NQ, which is the Nasdaq. Look how this is traded. Okay, this has gone basically flat on low volume, and it's just chopped around. And then you even look at the S&P 500, right? SPY. Look what SPY is doing. Completely flat, right? So those are big indicators to me that you may not see continuation. Apple is just kind of having a mind of its own today. So I mean, it sucks. But if you're thinking I'm not going to take a 20 to 30% trade on a Tuesday and the first 10, 15 minutes of the market open be done for the day, you're crazy, because I want to do that every single day. But I hate it. All-time highs right here, right? The original plan was to try to hold for all-time high, and I kind of just, I don't want to say I got scared, but there were other factors that were telling me that, you know what, there's a lot of reasons for this to pull back. So how much was the profit minus costs? Well, like, my buy was one my buy was about 170 a contract, and my peak sell was 232. Of course, I sold some beforehand, sold some after, but from bottom to top, 170 minus or divided by 232. Sorry, 232 divided by 170. Nope. How am I doing this wrong here? 232 minus 170 divided by 170. So about 36%. Yeah, I mean, they're at 325 now, right? And I sold at 230. So obviously, guys, that sucks. Like, believe me, of course I want to still be in this, you know. But it's, it is what it is. You're never going to catch the entire move, right? And if you think you are, then that's where you're going to hold things for way too long, and you're actually going to end up getting caught. So it's best to just be smart, take the money, and move on. But yeah, super new to this. What video do you recommend watching before trading like this? Yeah, I mean, like, obviously this is risky, but any trading is, you can make it as risky as you want, right? So obviously day trading is much more fast paced. You're in and out very quickly. Yeah, who emoji yes? JWAG. Yeah, yeah. I mean, 100%. But you have to use certain rules and strategies to keep your risk low. If you do that and you stick to them, you're good. Look at this, guys. We're about to hit all-time high. This is going to kill me. 345 a contract. There hasn't been one pullback. I mean, this thing has like 3 red candles all day. Wow. Could have been a monster day. Whatever. It is what it is. Tesla going back for new highs. Okay, but back to you asking about videos. So, I mean, yeah, right. No complaints. 20%, 30%, whatever it is. I mean, you got to be happy with that. I think at any point here, this could easily pull back, and maybe we can buy into a pullback. Like, if this aggressively pulls back into like 236, 235.50, pretty soon here, I may pick up a couple there. Probably go like, I don't know, 237.50 calls, and just kind of let's see if I can get all-time high kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, guys, I mean, it's very risky. This is hard to do, and it takes a long time. But we have a ton of education here. Who is it? PW. We have a ton of education, ton of free education for you. I think I can actually, let's see here, free education for you. So there's the tab. You can just click right there. But we also have like coaching corners and coaching programs. where I believe it's $40 a month, maybe $50 a month, and you'll get premium lessons. You'll get, um, you know, more live tradings. You'll get like an exclusive chat with any of the coaches here. So whether you want to go into day trading, you'd be with me. If you want to learn more about swing trading, which is buying and holding for over a day, maybe a couple days, maybe a week, maybe a few weeks. Later, Kenny. I hope you got that. And then you have a little bit longer term investing, rags to riches. That's actually free, which blows my mind. I think. You got rags to riches. That's a little bit longer term based stuff like that. So if you have any other questions on that, let me know. Oh shoot, did it break 200 Latvian? Dang. Yeah, I mean, not like the cleanest trade in the world, honestly, but still, those coin contracts I know go freaking crazy. You got in at VWAP. Oh my god, what a trade! Very good. See, man, VWAP's good. I never want to be a guy using too many indicators. What is going on here, dude? Oh, okay. November 1st. Yeah, it's November 1st. Sorry, let me send this off, and I'll be back with y'all. But no, sorry, Pookie, I'm here. I'm trying to. I just confirmed my ring pickup or whatever. I'm almost done. Where'd NVIDIA go? Oh, NVIDIA way back down. Let's see here. Where's Apple? Apple mini pullback here. It's not enough for me to want to get into it. NQ shot up to high a day and ripped right back down. It seems like Apple, but we'll see. Hang on one second. I'm almost finished with this text. All right, I'm good now. Graduation ring. Yeah. Oh wait, was Pookie talking? You can hop on mic if you want. You entered MSTR. Oh, nice. Very nice. Coin new highs. Tesla pulling back. Okay, that makes sense. I think what do we got? We're meeting in an hour for the AOR. Tesla kind of choppy today, straight up, straight down, a couple times. CrowdStrike just exploded. Coinbase is still moving higher. Apple though, finally pulling back a little bit. The whole market did pull back. We'll see what this guy wants to do. SPY dropping off pretty hard here, going through low a day. So maybe we don't get this all-time high in Apple. I don't know. These contracts are moving pretty crazy though, I gotta say. For little old Apple. But news did just come out though. 10 Eastern. Apple's already up almost 2.5%. So that's something that kind of worries me. Like, maybe it's just gonna get tired and stop. Coinbase won't. Coinbase is still going, almost 205. NVDA almost back to 135. Yeah, that would be pretty funny to get Pennyboy rings. Yeah, crypto's still going. Where is that? Let's see where Bitcoin's at. Bitcoin's 68,000, almost to 70 again. It's kind of exciting for any crypto people here. Apple starting to bounce here, kind of aggressively though. Maybe this is going to do it. Who knows? Yeah, kind of. Kind of, yeah. Apple's definitely the strongest one. I'm surprised at the weakness on other things though. Looks like we just tapped all-time highs there and then pulled back in about 10 cents off of it. But this is kind of the first real pullback that this has seen all day. Apple bouncing pretty hard there. Wow. That was the dip. Market trying to bounce here. Let's just see what Apple does at 137. This could easily pull back here and kind of create a bull flag, or this may go through 237 and make a move here. I don't know. For me to trade that, I wanted to be getting in down here at the bottom. I don't know that I want to chase it, but all-time high is right here. So it's kind of all I'm looking at, though. But I'm probably, oh, wow, look at that. Right through 237. High a day right here at 237.13. Here it goes. Bam. All-time highs, Apple. Oh, wow. Still, though, you gotta think $46 in one contract. That's pretty good, J-Wag. That's pretty freaking good. This may go higher. I wish I would have signaled some sort of buy down in there on that dip, but it's just hard. Hard for me to do that when this has literally gone straight up for the last 30 minutes and then has a 50-cent pullback, To me, the logic is not there for me to do that for everyone. I'm happy with what we got today. All right. Well, cool. Any free guys? You guys have any questions or anything? Apotheosis, Avenger. What's up? Oh, yeah, good quote there, Avenger. I'm definitely gonna be done for the day. I mean, it wasn't like a super fancy day, but overall, I mean, quick 20-30% gain there.